So, hello everyone, this is Hitesh Mehta. I welcome you all once again to my video. So, in this video, we are going to print the Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci series. What is Fibonacci series? It is like this: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, then 5, then 8, then and so on. Are you able to recognize some pattern between these numbers? The pattern here is that the next number, every number in this sequence is the sum of the previous two numbers. For example, see, this is 1. This one is the sum of 1 and 0. For example, this 8 is the sum of 5 and 8, which are the two previous terms of 8. Okay, and the next term will be after 8 you will be writing 13. Why? Because 5 plus 8 will give you 13. Now 13 and 8 will give you 21. So in this manner you have to continue the sequence. In this video we have to see how we can print this Fibonacci sequence for n numbers, first n numbers of the Fibonacci sequence using Python. Okay, so let's just start with the program. Let me comment it out. Okay, let me comment it out. To print for the first n numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, or we can say series, whatever you may say, sequence. Okay, to print the first n natural numbers and n numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. Now, first of all, that you have to do is, what you have to do is you have to take the value of n. Okay, so n equals to int input. You have to ask the user, enter how many terms of the sequence do you want to print. Okay, so here you will ask the user to enter the value of n. Okay, now here I am using a function. Okay, what is the basically a function? I'll define a function called Fibonacci, and and I'll give n as the parameter here. Okay, I'll give n as the parameter. Now here what I'll do is, first of all, let me put a condition over here. Let me put a condition over here. The condition that I'm using here is if n is greater than 0. Okay, because you can't take n to be a 0 or to be a 0 or any negative integer. Okay, you can't take it, because you can't say that I want to print minus 19 terms in the minus 19 first terms in the this sequence. Okay, you can't say like that. That is why we are taking here the condition if n is greater than 0, then only will this run this code, else it will just print a message that your n value is not accepted. Okay, let me define a Fibonacci function here. And what I'll do here is, first of all, what actually are we going to do? We have to take the next number. The every number of this Fibonacci sequence has the sum of two previous number. So let me take three variables: previous, and initially the value of previous. Let me just comment it out. This is this Fibonacci sequence. See, it's 0, 1, 1, 2, then 5, then 3, very sorry, then 5, then 8, and so on. Okay, and so on. So this is the Fibonacci sequence, and initially the value of previous number is 0, and we'll say a current number, current number. Okay, let me define a variable called current number and initialize its value as 1. Okay, I am initializing. Why? Because our previous number is here 0 here in the initial sequence, and the current number is 1, and the current number is 1. Now what I'll do is, I'll just take any other variable called next, and we'll take the value next equals to previous plus current. Okay, the previous and the current number both added together will give us the value of next. Now what I'm going to here to do here is, first of all, I am printing the value of previous. Okay, and I'll use the end here. Okay, I'll use the end. Now what else I'll do here is I'll use a for loop for I in range and in brackets n minus 1. Why we are running this loop for the n minus 1 times? Why we are not running this loop for n times? Because we have already printed the value of previous. We have already given the user the first term. That is why we need to print we need to just run this loop for n minus 1 times. If we have already given the first term to the user. Now what I am going to write here is print the value of current number. Okay, the what you want is the current number. You don't want any next number or the previous number. You want a current number, and n equals to this okay spaces. Now what else do we have to do here is we will change the value of previous number to the current number at each subsequent step. Why we are doing so? See, for the first time when the value of previous is 0, the current is 1 and the next is also 1. Okay, this will give us the value of previous. We have written here print previous. Okay, print previous, so it will give us 0. Now the loop starts. Now the loop initializes and we will give the user the value of current number. Current number will give us 1. So we have now two numbers, 0 and 1. And also now we have to, in order to print the next number, basically the next term in the sequence, that is again our current number. That is again our current number. We cannot say that print current, print next again and again. So that is why now we are using here print current. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to change the value of previous to the current, and the current to next, current to the next number. Why? Because we have to just initialize, we have to just give the value. We have at each subsequent step we have to increase the value by one number, one term. We have to increase the value of previous, current and next by one term. And same with the next will be equal to previous and current. Obviously next will be equal to the previous and current. Okay, so that's it, that's our code. And now let's run this code for okay, n times Fibonacci and in brackets n. I'm just calling this function here, and in the else part we can write print invalid input. Okay, something like this. Now let me just run this code. Okay, so you can see here, uh just give me a minute. I think this is the previous code. I have not. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. Yes, now let me run it once again. Okay, yes, just a minute. Okay. Yes, so enter how many terms do you want, how many terms of the sequence do you want to print. For example, let us take first five terms. So that's it, that's the code. We are 100% successful. So the code runs with the output that we can see is 0 1 1 2 3. Okay, now let me just run it once again so that I can give some more examples to you. Let me take another number, some such as, let us take 10. Okay, let us take 10. So these are the first 10 terms of the Fibonacci sequence. And what if we entered a wrong input, that is a negative integer? That is, suppose let us take -5. So it will give us invalid input. Oops, I have committed an error here. Just a minute. The spelling mistake. Okay, I'm very sorry for that. Invalid. Okay, invalid input. So that's it. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll provide the code for this the script, this Python script, in the description box of this video. Thank you and have a nice day.